Can you read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Alexander Haddad claims his party planner friend sold him tickets for a New Year's Eve bash, but he couldn't get in until after midnight. Darren Erickson says no one could jump the line because it was general admission.
Gentlemen, I see I've got Alexander Haddad here as my plaintiff, Darren Erickson as my defendant. Mr. Haddad, I see that you are suing the defendant for $460.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell us why we're in court today.
We're in court today because of a broken promise, Your Honor, by a former friend of mine. I was promised to get into a New Year's Eve party, didn't get in until after midnight, and it was a night wasted with who could have been my future wife.
High stakes. Okay. So how long had the two of you been friends, sir?
We met freshman year at college in econ. Okay. So now it would have been 6 years. We've been out of college for 2 years.
Okay, so very, very good, like a best friend type of relationship.
Used to be, and then we grew apart, unfortunately. We used to party together. We used to go to the bar together. We were really close, so this, it really upsets me because I considered him like a brother. Came around to New Year's Eve time, about Christmas, and he texted me. I was really excited to hear from him. Okay. And didn't have any plans, so he convinced me to come to his New Year's Eve party. And then, he was like, bring a date. So I brought this girl, Michelle, who I'd been seeing, and really, really cared for her. So I planned this really great evening. He was like, the tickets are $150 a head, which is pretty pricey, but New Year's Eve happens once a year.
Yeah, and does that come, I'm assuming, with an open bar?
Yeah, it came with an open bar, so that was one of the reasons I was like, okay, let's do it.
And you did buy tickets?
We did buy tickets.
So you bought 2 tickets?
Yes.
Do you have any receipts for the tickets you bought, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and give that to my bailiff. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I am looking for to pay for tickets, $150 each, and I see, Mr. Defendant, you did get the $300.
That's correct, Your Honor.
$150 per ticket. Okay, continue.
So, we get there, but I'm like thinking, I'll call Darren, we'll be good, we'll go to the guard at the front, everything will be fine. And boy, was I wrong. We got there, got in line, and, I told Michelle, like, come on, let's go. We go to the front. The security guard's like, show me your tickets. We show him the ticket, and he's like, yeah, this ticket, you got to wait in line like everybody else. We don't care if you're Darren's friend or not.
Oh, it does say general admission, admit 1. Yeah. You do see that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we get there. The security guard makes us go in line. I call Darren about 10 times. No response.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
It's nearing midnight.
How long were y'all in line, sir?
So what went wrong here? 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's how long Alexander and his date waited outside. Imagine counting down the minutes to midnight and watching the clock tick away. Is this fair? Alexander had his tickets. But the party was overbooked, and no one was allowed in until people started leaving. Darren couldn't even pick up the phone when Alexander called. A missed opportunity for any party planner.
In line, I would say we got there at 10. We didn't get in until about 12:40.
Whoa, so this is 2 hours and 40 minutes, almost 3 hours you two waited outside in the cold in line.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right here, and let me bring the defendant into this, sir. Okay, so are you a party promoter? Is that what you do?
Yes, very recently that's become the thing I do for my full-time occupation, which has been really a dream come true.
Okay, and so this was your good friend.
Yes, we were quite close in college. We were in the same fraternity. We were in freshman econ together. We were very close. We used to go drinking. I don't know. I guess we grew apart afterwards. I assume the plaintiff had some problem with my lifestyle. I don't know that ours were compatible as friends, but we kept in touch.
Okay, but nobody was upset about it?
No.
Okay.
I would say I had noticed a history from Mr. Haddad of what's the right word? Snobbish behavior throughout our time together in college. Okay. He seemed to think that because he had come from money and I didn't, that I was sort of like the fraternity pet. Oh. And it was fun to get me liquored up and make fun of me. I went to college with him on a full scholarship. I'm a first-generation student. I was. Yeah.
Okay. And that can be awkward. If y'all have never experienced that, I'm here to tell you that can really do a number on one's self-esteem.
It was quite a lot to keep up with. It was like being thrust into a world that I had to sort of wear a
Adapt
costume
to
for. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Kind of code switch a little bit.
Yeah, which I've done since trying to keep up in that world. But I enjoy...
Do you think that he felt that he might be a little bit better than you, sir?
I think he certainly would think that. He might say that. I don't know. My family runs a grocery store. So.
Okay, so let's get to it, though. So you are following in the same entrepreneurial footsteps in which you descend from.
Yes.
You're throwing these parties. Yes. You reach out to your former friend here, Mr. Haddad, still friendly. Hey, bro, throwing a New Year's Eve party. Would love for you and your lady to come.
We had a phone call after this where he had mentioned that he was seeing someone new. He didn't make it sound like it was very serious. He referred to her as this hot chick or something. It didn't sound very...
Oh, just a little objectification. No big deal.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
He's calling you 10 times. Did you see these calls?
There were other issues that required me to deal with them that weren't him and a woman I'd never met.
Okay.
Yes.
And later.
What do you want to say about it? You dated this man for about 1.5 years, he says?
Yes, Your Honor, I did, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, where do I even start, Your Honor?
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Alexander Haddad, who brought Darren Erickson to court over a New Year's Eve party fail.
Was there any conversation, Mr. Erickson, about VIP or guest lists?
There was no such thing, Your Honor.
Okay, so this is just everybody's general admission, first come, first served.
Yes, I'm trying to be as democratic in this business as possible. I had a lot of friends, actually, that were attending the party. All of them also bought these standard issue tickets, none of whom, at least vocally to me, have expressed any sort of issue, especially to this level.
Okay, so he's standing outside in the cold with the young lady until you said 12:45.
Yeah, 12:40.
He's calling you 10 times. Did you see these calls?
I was getting calls all night. I was
from
running
all
this
kinds
thing
of people,
nearly single-handedly, and there were other issues that required me to deal with them that weren't him and a woman I'd never met.
Now, Darren is getting some heat. He admits that he invited Alexander, but he also makes a point that he was running the party alone and dealing with other issues all night. This is a real-world dilemma of event planning. You can't control everything. But here's the thing. Alexander and his date were still left in the cold while Darren was inside, dealing with other partygoers. Was Darren's decision to leave his friend out in the cold justified? Or did he just drop the ball here? How much responsibility?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So he finally gets to the front, I take it, sir?
Yes, and we get to the front. We had spent, midnight outside. My date was obviously...
How was she? Because I would have been annoyed.
She was definitely uneasy. She had my coat, so at this point I was miserable and I was freezing. The only thing I was kissing was the Chicago ice. There was nothing for me to kiss on when the clock struck 12. Yeah. Okay. So finally get to the front. We finally get in near 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And, we get in there. There's barely any food left. There was still alcohol. Not the best kind, but there was, as promised, on open bar.
Okay, so not the best liquor, but there's some liquor, but no food.
No food, if any, crumbles. And, at this point, the vibe was already killed from being outside so long. It made me look bad, There's nothing worse than being outside during a party.
Why were you outside so long, sir?
Because apparently it was a capacity, but...
Well, that does happen, right, sir? There's a capacity from the fire marshal?
Yes, that is correct, and I certainly didn't want to be in violation of that. Additionally, Your Honor, I will say there was food. I was there until 3, 4 in the morning.
So let's get to the capacity issue, sir. The venue that you threw this party at, how many people could it hold?
Could hold, I believe, 200 at a time.
Okay, so it's a 200-person capacity issue, and at some point you have to stop letting people through the door.
That's correct, at least until people leave.
Right, so now you got a flow issue.
Yes.
Okay, and so is that why this plaintiff, and his lady were held at the door because there was no capacity?
Yes, that would be correct. If they had showed up when the party began, there might have been capacity. There was certainly no one going around throwing people out. The assumption that was made was that, especially on New Year's Eve, people will tend to matriculate through a lot of different parties, a lot of different events, and...
Yeah, but at some point, because we've all been out on New Year's Eve, right? At some point, I would say around 10:30 or so, wherever you at, is where you better stay because you want to have a New Year's Eve experience. You want to have a midnight experience. What time would you say that people kind of stopped leaving the party?
That they stopped leaving the party, I would say, as it drew closer to midnight, people tended to stay put. I think around 11:30 was where I noticed
11:30.
no one was going out. Yes.
Okay. And what time did you and your date arrive, sir?
Around 10, Your Honor.
Around 10 p.m.
In the initial text messages, he simply tells me, come, I got you, I'll get you in. There's no, like, if you don't get there.
But you did get in.
I did get in.
Right.
But when you get into a New Year's Eve party after New Year's Eve, like after the clock hits 12, did you really get in? You know, it's at that point, it's, you know.
Yes, you did. What are you talking about? You were inside. You were inside of a sheltered place. You said you had some not so desirable beverages that were still available to you. So you did get into the party. And that's what he said. Yes, I'm looking at this. It says, I promise I'll get you in. Now, if you had told me 12:45, you guys were turned away.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're at capacity. The event is closed. I think I would have a different opinion for you, sir. But you're saying that you did get in.
Now we get to the heart of the matter. Darren's party planning. He's trying to convince the court that he did his best, but he's also the one who sold Alexander the tickets and made the promise. Does this make Darren responsible for Alexander's dissatisfaction, or is it a case of you get what you pay for? Even with capacity limits, there's still the issue of timing. Darren should have been clearer about what to expect. It's not about the rules. It's about setting the right
And you're also asking him to pay for your transportation to and from the party. Why is that?
Because he was the one who convinced me to go to the party in the first place.
He convinced you, sir. Come on now. You said, I don't know, sounds like a lot. Is this the convincing you're talking about, this one little blue line right here? He says, I'll get you in. And you says, all right, man, I'm in. So this is the convincing you're talking about, this one paragraph? Come on, sir. Did you feel like you persuaded him under false pretenses?
Your Honor, he's an adult with free will, I believe. I didn't twist his arm. I merely offered him something that he could do on New Year's Eve. I never made him come. Additionally, I ride the train every day. It suits me just fine. And I don't know a single person who would be baffled to find that an Uber costs more money on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I tend to agree with the defendant. I'm ready to rule here. Gentlemen, sounds like there was an effort here by both of you to spend some time together, have some fun. I think what you both probably know today, better than you knew before, y'all are not compatible as adult friends. Okay. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Haddad, that's going to be an expensive lesson. I believe that this man invited you just like he invited hundreds of other people. I think on New Year's Eve, we all know you probably need to be where you're going to be before 10 o'clock.
Judge Eboni weighs in, and she's got some sharp words for both sides. She points out that Alexander's late arrival is a big factor here. If he had shown up earlier, he probably would have had no issue. But showing up at 10 p.m. on New Year's Eve, the night is already in full swing. Does this change the entire dynamic of the case? The judge is suggesting that maybe it's about personal.
10 o'clock is going down. And 10 o'clock is when you showed up. So the fact that you got in at all, quite frankly, I'm surprised, and you should be happy about it. Your tickets were not wasted. You got in. You had to be outside because you showed up too late. You went to do a 4-course dinner and a party. To me, you're doing too much. Okay, so therefore I'm ruling in favor of the defendant.
Thank you,
the
Your
plaintiff's
Honor.
case is dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Good riddance, man. It's all good.
Bad rubbish.
Judge has made her ruling. Please grab your belongings and follow me.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
Let me guess how long it took you from the moment he broke up with you for you to go cancel that cell phone plan.
It was about a few days. Yes. And quite frankly, I did it because why wouldn't I?
This is Equal Justice. Max Levy claims his ex cut off their shared cell phone plan after they broke up and says he lost work because of missed calls. Sarah Anderson says the plan was in her name and she had every right to cancel it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got Max Levy here as my plaintiff and Sarah Anderson as my defendant. Mr. Levy, you are suing the defendant for $4,000. Tell us why you're in court today.
That's correct, Your Honor. I'm in court today because the defendant, Sarah.
And there it is, Judge Eboni's ruling. Case dismissed. She's siding with Darren, pointing out that Alexander did get into the party. Even if it was after midnight, Darren did not break his promise. He invited Alexander. He sold him the tickets, and there was a capacity issue. Sure, it was frustrating to wait, but at the end of the day,
Is my ex-girlfriend. We used to be in a relationship together. We dated for a little over a year. During the course of that relationship, we decided to open a shared cell phone plan together. We decided to open it in her name, even though I agreed to always pay for my monthly share of the bill. About a year and a half into our relationship, we did break up.
Okay.
And shortly thereafter, she canceled the cell phone service without giving me any prior notice, which forced me to miss out on 2 different work opportunities, which amounted to $4,000 in lost income, Your Honor.
Okay. That is quite the allegation there, Ms. Anderson. What do you want to say about it? You dated this man for about a year and a half, he says?
Yes, Your Honor, I did, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, where do I even start, Your Honor? I fell in love with this man over here about 2 years ago when we met through some common friends. And eventually I saw him as a potential husband. I was also doing everything for him. I was paying for pretty much everything, and I would buy him gifts. I would take him out to dates. I would do anything to show my love and support for him.
the party's over and Darren's off the hook. But the real lesson here isn't just about the tickets. It's about responsibility in life. When things don't go as planned, you can't always point fingers. Sometimes the consequences are your own doing. Darren may have failed in some areas, but Alexander also has to learn the importance of being on time and managing his expectations. In the end, both...
For a year and a half.
And was this reciprocated, Mr. Levy? Were you buying dinners and paying for things as well in the relationship?
Coming up on Equal Justice.
It may have been foolish to mix these two entities, but did that not entitle me to some sort of notice, especially when defendant knew
well, you
that...
tell me, Mr. Levy.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a dispute between Max Levy and Sarah Anderson over a disconnected romance.
Your Honor, admittedly, I was always making less money than Sarah. She made more money than me. I did what I can with whatever I could have provided.
Okay, so let's get to this cell phone issue. Okay, sir, first of all, $4,000 is a lot of money. Do you have some evidence for me to justify this claim?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Please give everything to my bailiff here.
Here you are, sir. Your Honor, I'm presenting text messages from my boss. I'm a construction worker. I work for a management company. The way in which they get in touch with me is purely through my cell phone. They only contact me via text message or phone call. And what I'm showing you now are text messages from my boss saying that because I missed his phone call due to the abrupt termination of my cell phone service, I missed out, or I was declined 2 different $2,000 work opportunities.
Okay, so he says this is all your fault, ma'am. What do you say?
I can't find words to express this pain that I was going through. I hope you can understand me.
So he ended things, correct?
Yes.
And let me guess how long it took you from the moment he broke up with you for you to go cancel that cell phone plan.
It was about a few days. Yes. And quite frankly, I did it because why wouldn't I?
Let me get to you. So when you invite the incorporation of a third party by virtue of a girlfriend to the business, you've got to get your business affairs in order, sir, before you pull the gauntlet on the breakup. Because if you had done that, you would have avoided this, correct?
Correct, Your Honor. If I may.
Please, make it quick.
As the court has pointed out, it may have been foolish to mix these two entities, but did that not entitle me to some sort of notice, especially when defendant knew that...
Well, you tell me, Mr. Levy, present me with the contract that I know you had drawn up the minute that you wanted to incorporate this woman as a pseudo business partner and make her privy to the expenses, the liabilities, and all the ongoings of your business communication. Give me the contract, sir, and let's read it.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
There was no contract.
Oh, there's no contract. oh, woe is us, right? So this is what we got to do, sir. Next time you find a young lady and you think your feelings are going a certain way, and so much so that you want to now get in bed figuratively as well as literally and joining shared expenses. And the reason that y'all got a joint line was because it was cheaper, right? You guys were both saving money with it.
Yes.
But now it's going to cost you, sir. It's going to cost you $4,000 because unfortunately, sir, you have not gone about handling your business in a way that the court can hold her accountable. Now, if you had a contract that says these are the terms, we're doing a shared plan, plan, renewable around this date. If either one of us wishes to terminate in advance, this is the course of action. And notice was a requirement. That's what you're suggesting, right? That you were due notice of her willingness to terminate. I could uphold that for you. I could help you help yourself, but you're not giving me the documentation I need to do that, sir. You have not presented an enforceable contract in this court. Thus, the court rules in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
All rise.
So, the verdict is clear. Darren wins. Alexander's case is dismissed because timing played a huge role in the party fiasco. But what do you think? Was Alexander wrong to sue his friend? Or should Darren have done more to ensure his friend got it on time?